Actually, for me, SCWIST is like an icebreaker because I have seen many students, undergraduates or graduates or even working women from different professional backgrounds. When they come to SCWIST, they are in search of their answers, like they have questions and they are looking for answers. They are looking for proper mentorship. They are looking how to face challenges that they are going through. And SCWIST provide them all sorts of those resources. So for me, it's like an icebreaker where SCWIST is acting like, okay, this is the thing, this is how the challenge, this type of the challenge you can face, and this is how you tackle. And then they can start telling their stories. Because I have also seen many times when I have organized these events, many women, they are hesitant in beginning, when they join us in the event, they are little bit hesitant and quiet. They don't say anything at all. But once we start speaking and saying something, they feel confident inside and they feel, okay, we are not alone, we can share our story too. And that's how they get connected with us. And I think it's not only about connection, it's also about where you click, where your energy clicks, I mean, I can have 1,000 connections, but it doesn't mean all 1,000 connections are valuable for me. It means where I can click, like where my growth is possible, professional and personal growth is possible. And this is most important. This is what happens in SCWIST. I have seen that it has different departments, but everyone is so connected with each other. It is like looped together, and that's how they make events successful too, and different workshops too. And that's also, I think, it's very inspirational for other people who are not part of SCWIST and who wants to join, or who have just joined the SCWIST and have found it so that they now like to volunteer in many other things. They just feel confident, So I think for me, SCWIST is also another name of confidence that actually we, being seniors, give to our juniors. I am Noeen Malik. I am basically a nuclear medicine scientist, and I am working with SCWIST as an acting director of events. Actually, I joined SCWIST in September. I came up with an idea. I was organizing a workshop about international perspectives on advancing women's career in STEM, and I wanted SCWIST to be on the panel. So I approached SCWIST to be on the panel, and I contacted Christine, and Christine suggested that why not it should be under the banner of SCWIST, and I agreed with that suggestion. So that's how I started working together as a volunteer together with Christine, and we launched our first international event. It was a virtual event. We had our speakers from across the continents, like we had from Asia, we had from Africa, we had from North America, we had from Europe, and we had attendees from all over the world. So we have 100 plus attendees for that event. And that's where my journey with SCWIST started. And it continued like me working as volunteer for SCWIST, and later on I started working as a lead events committee member, and now I am working as an acting director under Christine's mentorship. I think the best thing that I liked in SCWIST, and I always wanted to do that, is like mentoring, like being a mentor and being a mentee too, both things, So because this way you can engage more with the youth, with young girls, and you can share your experience with them. But at the same time, you can also learn a lot from the experience who are senior to you, So they can share their experience with you. Okay, I was in this situation, and this is how I tackle this thing, and this is how I tackle this challenge. And then you can think, oh, probably I should follow this advice in future. For me, the other good thing is that I got connections, very valuable connections, basically. My first connection was with Christine, and it is very valuable. It's more like a family to me. I'm also working with Maria on a book for children, where I am working as an illustrator, like for drawings, cartoon drawings. It is first time I'm using my skill for something to be published. So it's also learning about your skills, which you were not, which I think I never put it for public before. And for me, it's more about connections and friendships. Yeah, I think I have made very valuable. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Christine. I learned a lot from Maria, how she handles everything, and whenever she says something, it is logical, basically. I have seen interviews of some our founders and presidents, and I learned a lot from them, that how these women started, from scratch. That's the most important thing in life, it's also sometimes when you are down in your life and you have to stand up and you have to start something, and you can always get encouragement from these stories that it is possible. It is always possible. Nothing is impossible. So science is also like this, that is to make impossible things into possible. And SCWIST is also like a platform where I have seen these things happening. And another thing which is very good for me that I have seen in SCWIST is, as I mentioned, that I have worked with different organizations, and I'm still a member of those organizations, an active member. Attended only 2 conferences, and then I didn't want to go there, because for me it was more like about a lip service. That this is the word that I learned actually recently from one of the SCWIST workshops, that more like a talking thing, saying things, and there were no actions. So I didn't like to attend those conferences again. For me, I have seen in SCWIST that more than words, it's actions, basically. If you want to do something, just design that idea and then create it. And that's more important. I don't think that only words can serve anyone in this world. It's more about actions that are more valuable. So what I would like to see in the next 10 years, to reach globally, to reach to those countries where girls cannot even go to school, So, to choose science or not, that's a very far away type question, beyond thought. You cannot even think about it. The first question that comes is, go to school or not. So I would like SCWIST to reach international platform and to help globally, so that more and more girls can go to school and eventually can enter into science fields. SCWIST is empowerment, confidence and family.